So today I'm going to talk to you about the history of Novo guitars. Not many people know about them in the UK, well, especially when I do a gig, everybody's like, what the hell are you using there? I'm like, it's a Novo. But yeah, I thought it'd be cool to just have a quick recap briefly about the company and just waffle on. So we'd probably start Fano guitars with Dennis. Well, Dennis already had a name, but I think I first heard about Dennis's work through Fano. I think it was the early 2000s that company started, sort of like relic-y guitars. I think he was like one of the first people outside the Fender custom shop maybe to sort of like relic guitars. I remember seeing like things in magazines thinking, what's that over there? That looks cool. And it was like some sort of like jazz mastery sort of offset guitar that was like relic to death. And they always had a bit of a vibe. There was a couple of people I knew really, really liked those guitars. So they had like models like the RB6, the SP6. They're well-known shapes. If you Google Fano guitars, you'll probably see like different things in there. So then I believe in 2014, he founded Novo. I think it was still being sort of based out of Pennsylvania at the time. But yeah, he was building things by himself. Actually, this Sectus is probably one of the first models. It was the first model Novo, I think. I think this one is number 17 made, actually. So this is like the 17th Novo. And I know that he built this all by himself as well. And this was before they moved to Nashville. So yeah, this is one of the very first Novos I'm quite lucky to own. But yeah, then they moved to Nashville. I think at the time of the Sectus, he wasn't really distressing things as much. I think maybe he was trying to like go away from that sort of part of his life and trying to start something fresh. So this was like a new thing for him as well. So I think later on then, he went down the more traditional line and did something like this. This is the Series T. It's it's more traditional sort of like telly configuration. This has got a P90 in the neck. But yeah, they started to like distress them then a bit more on things. So as you can see, you've got all this cool distressing over them. And it looks really authentic, to be honest with you. Really like guitars also. Like, you know, there's no weight to it. It's tempered pine. So this is more traditional then. Obviously, you've still got the offset body, which is quite chunky and big, which I really like. I also like the fact that from the Fano guitars, these bodies became a little bit bigger. I like something that sits well, because I'm like 6'3", so this feels nice against me. It doesn't look like a little toy guitar. And I believe most of the wood come from California as well. Don't quote me on that. So the good thing about these guitars is the fact that they sound so good acoustically as well. You know, they ring really nicely, unplugged, so yeah, another positive, I suppose, if you're on the couch. We also had models then like the Cirrus J, obviously this burgundy sparkle. This I know Ret Shell probably popularized it. I didn't buy this because of Ret Shell, but I love it. It's very shiny. It's just a bit different. Yeah, another sort of like jazz mastery sort of feel to this. This has got two P90s on it, but again, tempered pine, nice and light, and more importantly, it just doesn't go out of tune. You can just bash the hell out of it, don't go out of tune. Another well-built instrument. I think this is one of the things with these guitars as well. They're very individual, they all look different, and most of all, they stay in tune when they're playing as well. Different heats on stages and different venues as well, sort of moistures and things, they stay in tune really, really well. So these are the sort of the models that came out after the Sexist. They're more traditional, I'd say. I got a few Cirrus J's. It's probably one of my favourite guitars. And then I think they came out with like a new body. This is the Solace M1, 1P90. Yeah, just a no-nonsense rock machine. Very versatile as well when you're messing about with the volume and the tones. So Novo have always sort of like changed. They haven't like stuck to one thing. They've tried to sort of like develop ideas and then sort of make the classics even better than the classics were. But yeah. Another light guitar as well, nice and hollow, even though it's not hollow, but it feels deceiving, to be honest here, because it's just the way the tempered pine is on them. And then you got things like the mirrors. I saw my 335 for this, just because I was sort of obviously mad into the Novo sort of thing. Yeah, so this is actually hollow. It's really light as well, even lighter than the tempered pine ones. So it's nice on stage when you're playing, doesn't break your back. But yeah, this has got gold foils in it. I've used this loads, you know what this sounds like. And I know previously they had the Novo, the Cirrus S, I believe it was called. But this is the new Idris. It's kind of based off the Cirrus S. But this is their new S-style guitar. Another cracking guitar. So yeah, again, they sort of like trying to sort of make things better compared to, you know, the traditional S-style guitar. Not mentioning that company's name. And like another newish model was the Voltor then as well. Kind of like a Firebird-esque guitar. But yeah, they're always changing and making new shapes and trying to innovate. But yeah, that's my little crap history lesson on Novo guitars, I suppose. But yeah, if you want to find out more about them, obviously www.novoguitars.com. And if you have not tried one, go and try one, because they'll blow your mind. Yeah, and then you'll be an addict like myself. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you again soon. Cheerio.